Recording. Now we are recording, okay?
Our slope is 35 13. Our claim is use a larger ball of the same material. Our claim 2 is it represents density. Evidence 1, 103.7 divided by 14 equals 7.4, and that's a different block. And then our 61.4 divided by 22 is 2.79. And our evidence is gram per centimeter squared.
Grams per centimeter cubed, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. For your slope, a question. So 35 divided by 13, just, I think I'm seeing, does that say 2.60?
6.9.
6.9? Okay. What would the units on your what would the units on your density be?
Grams per centimeter cubed.
Grams per centimeter cubed. Okay. What evidence could we use from this particular either experiment or things that were done to prove that you would have to use a larger ball of the same material?
Well, our graph things that we need. When we had the 5 aluminum things?
You had the 5 aluminum things?
Yeah.
Okay.
The larger one had a bigger mass, so it'd have more density. Right?
Did it?
No.
I don't know, probably
It
not.
has the same.
I don't know. That's the question I'm asking. Did
I don't know.
it was all the same material for those 5 pieces?
Yeah.
Did the larger piece have a larger density?
I don't know, we didn't find density.
Okay.
No.
For a moment, and obviously that's a good question we can take into discussion here when we're done with whiteboards. Keep that thought in mind. Take a look at your data, see what you can find out, and we'll bring that question up very first thing when we discuss the rest of the results, okay?
Wait, so are we doing the worksheet tonight or not?
You can work on it tonight, but it will not be due until Thursday,
Okay.
okay? The other 2 classes will get assigned to it tomorrow, although I mentioned to them too, if they wanted to work on it tonight, that they could, but it will not be due till Thursday. Today is Tuesday. Little side note for the camera, huh?
Did you really just?
I just really did that, Kim. I just went there. How about you guys go? And you can go there.
This is our graph.
Mm-hmm.
And our claim was, we think the best way to get the balls even in the water is to either use a ball the same size with a denser material or use a larger ball with the material.
Okay.
Our evidence is the dense material made the water rise more.
The claim is it's representing an average of how much the metal made the water rise.
Okay.
And the other evidence is most of the time the slope was close to the volume.
What was your claim 2 again?
It's representing the average of how much the metal made the water rise.
Okay. How much the metal made the water rise?
Guys, I'll tell you right now. What?
I'll tell you right now what.
Yeah, you can't use the same material. Wait, what was our claim? I don't remember.
No, I'll tell you right now, I can't use the same material. What?
So you're
Well, because it has the same density.
Yeah, it all has the same density. I just did that. And every single one is pretty much 2.6.
okay.
It is.
So for your guys's, you said your average slope was 80.58. 80.538.
That's wrong.
How did you find your slope?
The y squared minus
But that's
Why?
that's
Did you do y squared or y2?
Here.
Yeah.
Because mass is the y-axis.
the, look at y and then the x2 was.
Okay, that would square it. Okay, so
Yeah,
on
you
your
know,
slope,
is that-
that's where you pick 2 points. That 2 is to represent the second y coordinate, and the y1 was the first y coordinate. So if that's something you need to redo for your graph, go ahead, draw your best fit line, and then do the slope. The 2 represent, so if you pick 2 points on your line, the second point would have the coordinates x2, y2. The first point would have the coordinates x1, y1. So you take the second y coordinate minus the first y coordinate, divided by the second x coordinate minus the first x coordinate. Okay? And see if you need some help tomorrow when we have a little time to work, I can assist you guys with that. Okay? 2 groups left. Who wants to go? Race to the front. Okay. Might as well. Why not? I'm glad I could hear you on that one there.
When you have plural axes, is it axes?
Axes.
Axes.
Oh, you said something different. Like what? Okay. Okay. So
So is it
if you have the
AXES?
plural of axis, it would be axes.
So it's AXES.
The singular is AXIS. The plural would be AX ES. Okay.
Axes.
I don't want to write axes.
Right. So axis would be a single axis, AXIS. Plural would be AXES. Okay. All right. Jacob, Spencer, Michael, take it away.
For our claim, we chose options 3 and 7 because change the size, not change the density, catch your weight, it's going to go down.
Okay.
Our evidence one is that it's only going to change the space area, not actual mass, if you change the size.
Okay.
Or it's not mass, but density.
Okay.
And the weight will make up sync.
Okay.
Claim 2. Best fit between centimeters cubed and grams.
Okay.
And evidence number 2 is just what it is.
Okay.
It's
I challenge you for a moment. Come back. Take a look at what grams divided by centimeters cubed means. Okay? No. You didn't fail. Just challenging you to check something out. Just challenging you to check something out.
Density.
It's on.
Got it.
Okay, last but not least. From whom the beginning question was written about. Sam and Blaze. Except the question wasn't written about Blaze, but still. Sam and Blaze.
Wow. I got it.
Okay. Sure then.
Okay.
I mean, grams divided by centimeters.
Okay, but I'm not looking at it.
Almost fell.
I'm glad he didn't. It would probably hurt. Like my cheesy game show smile.
You gotta do
Oh,
that.
I thought you were gonna set it on. Okay, that'll work.
I'll be back after
Step
these
right up.
specials.
You are the next contestant on The Price is Right.
I need to.
Okay, Blaze, Sam, go ahead. Take it away.
Price is right.
What can you now claim about the big question as a result of the experiment? We think that Sam should use a ball the same size made out of a denser material.
You should, Sam.
Evidence, when we looked at the cubes floating, the denser ones sank or floated lower, while the lighter one was more up.
Okay.
And what is the slope of the graph representing? It represents density because the mass, the y-axis, and the volume is the x-axis. And mass over volume equals density, and mass over volume then equals rise over run, and the rise over run is the slope, so slope is the density.
Okay, very well. All right. Does anyone need any more from their whiteboards for their journal? Anybody? Okay. Let's say if you've got everything off your whiteboards that you need for your journal, then go ahead and erase them and put them away, please. And we'll reconvene in just a moment.
When you see this, it will be after we did this. We're talking to the future.
You are looking into the past.
You were looking into
So,
the past. You were
anyway,
looking into the
Go ahead then, if you're done with your boards, go ahead, erase them, put them away, and we'll reconvene in just a moment.
If you erase them.
So if I really were a game show host, I'd say, right after this.
But after a few words, closed captioning. Do we have sponsors? Do we have
Do we have sponsors? No, so that's why we don't have a commercial. And I'm just gonna leave it recording so that way
What?
I don't have to worry about shutting it
Do you
off.
like the drawing?
Yeah, I do.
Just
Fantastic.
record the rest of the day.
Yeah. I gotta erase this for next hour because I've got a review to do with chemistry, so I kinda like to have all my board available.
Or
Doing a little test review.
record it when you're gone to go like make papers. So, like if some kids mess around in class, you can.
Put a security camera?
Yeah, just
Oh,
leave it on. As a
use the
security
camera as a security camera, you mean?
Just go behind it and mess around.
Just crawl on
Is
the
this
floor. I'm
still
sure I can't see you
recording?
from.
It is.
Can't
No.
see.
Would not do that, but anyway.
Why not?
I hope it's not.
Huh?
Why not?
That's the point. I don't need a security camera.
You trust them?
Yeah, I
What
do.
is if they let your
I don't
like,
trust them.
this entire
Rule
room
number
on
one:
fire?
never
You
trust
could have found out
anything.
who
Haven't you
broke
seen
that
that
beaker.
Vine?
Or
Never
that-
trust
It'll be
anybody.
fine. I'm sure it will. Anyway, so let's get right back where we were. Okay. So all those 5 pieces then, starting with your guys' question. Those 5 pieces of metal of different lengths. When you plotted them on your graph, were they, because we were saying first of all that the slope of our line was representing density. Okay. So the slope is representing density. And density is found by, what do we got to do to find it? In other words, what did we have over
Mass
what?
over volume.
Mass divided by volume. Okay? So mass divided by volume gave us density. So from our graph, whether it was mass, volume, and we had to find slope, 0.1, 0.2. We found slope by doing y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, which means that we took 2 points of mass, a second point, a first point, so mass minus mass divided by volume minus volume. In other words, mass over volume. Okay? By finding the slope of the line for mass versus volume, we found density. So, if all those 5 points fell on that line, what does that tell you about the density of each one of those 5 pieces? They're equal. How?
Same material.
It's the same material, yeah. So if I've got greater mass and greater volume, lesser mass, less volume, but yet they fall on the same line, we know that the density is the same. Okay, so just because you have a greater mass doesn't necessarily, a greater mass and a greater volume doesn't mean that you're going to have a greater density. If you've got the same object, the same material, a bigger piece is going to have a bigger volume. A smaller piece is going to have a smaller volume, but when you do the mass divided by the volume, the density will be the same. We will come back to this discussion first thing tomorrow, okay? Finish it off, and then we'll do worksheet 1 as the assignment with your journals. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, I would have been able to get that kind of 8 hours.